Whenever doing your makeup application, I always recommend to start with the eyes first. Right now I'm using an eye primer to even out the eyelid. It helps the eyelid to stay neutral so that when you put on your natural eye base, it will stay without creasing. Also takes away the red, and if you tend to have lines, it makes the lines to look less visible. The next thing after your eyeshadow base is to get the eye color that first matches your skin tone. Right now I'm using a neutral eyeshadow base to set the eye primer. This again helps it to set and prevents any creasing. And the great thing about the primer that I mentioned earlier, keeps the color true to its color. And you can enjoy your eye look all day without having to worry about that crease happening. And even though I'm using a very neutral eye base on a ruler right now, you can actually match it according to your skin tone. You can get something darker if you're darker, or just whatever your skin tone, just get a neutral base that complements your skin color. Next thing, we are defining the crease. I'm picking a medium shade color and I'm going a little bit above a ruler's crease and I'm blending upwards. Whenever you're defining the crease, do not raise the brow or squint your eyelid, because when you do that, it doesn't really give you the definition. The best way is defined by blending upward, just like what I'm doing. If you notice, I'm blending it outwards, all the way out. And the next, we're going to repeat the next motion on the other eye. Same thing, defining the crease, blending it outwards, and you can also see that a ruler's chin is a little bit raised up. So that way, she can actually see everything if she's looking down into the mirror. It really prevents that creasing, it prevents the squinting, and it gives you a precise position of where the brush needs to go. And again, it's all about blending. Blend, 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 blend. Well, this is the exciting part. Whenever I tell my client it's time to line the eye and I show them how to do it, they're like, are you kidding me? There's no way I'm gonna do this lining. But it's really easy. All you need to do is wet the brush, work it into the cake, and then raise the eyelid and place the brush right at the base of the lash. And if you could see that I'm doing little strokes, basically I am thickening the base of the lashes. It's dab, 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 dab. It's not drawing a line, you're really dabbing. And I'm telling you, my 80-year-old client do it, and if she can do it, I'm sure you can do it too. It's all about practice. And look at the difference between the two eyes. One, it's already like wide open with thickness, and if you don't even feel like wearing mascara, you can just use that liner and you're set to go. A lot of my clients that sometimes don't like wearing mascara over the weekend, they just do the lining technique from the base of the lashes and they're good to go. Whole thing is that it gives you a very clean look. It doesn't take away from the eyelid. It's really the best way to create that nice flawless eye look. The next step is lining the lower lash. When you're doing the lower lash, make sure you take off the excess and have your chin down looking up. Just place the brush right at the base of the lashes, kind of blend it through. If you see that these strokes are really quicker and they're thinner, and just smudge it out if you see any excess using your finger or Q-tip, whatever that you feel comfortable with. And if you notice, it's a very soft line, it's not really intense. Do the same motion on the other eye, and it just gives you a very nice clean look. after doing the eye primer, pick a color that best matches your skin tone. Like in the case of Arula, I use the light eye color. It's natural, it just sets the eye base and prevent it from creasing. And in my own eye color, you go with the darker color. But first, the eye primer. Look how clean the makeup look. Beautiful. So easy. The only part that everybody's so concerned about is the cake liner. And let me show you. It's really easy. You know, pick the brush, pour in the cake sealant, wet it, and then hold your eyelid for support. Place the brush at the base of the lashes, press and wiggle, press and wiggle. Don't draw, because a lot of the times people tend to draw and go back and forth, but the best way is just press and wiggle. It doesn't matter whether you start inwards or outwards. The first thing you do when filling in your brows is brush it upwards. Brows are very, very important when it comes to makeup application, especially for your eye look. It really can make the eye or break the eye look. And what I always recommend is that pick the brow definer that best matches the base of your hair, because that way if you do it from the inside, it tends to reduce the space of the eyelid. And you can see I'm going from the top of the brow and I'm blending it in using little strokes, very little strokes. I'm actually using the tip of the brush instead of using the whole body of the brush. And then set the brow powder using a brow fix. And what I usually recommend is brush inwards, so you fluff the brush and then brush it outwards again. That way it gives you this nice clean brows. Same concept, inwards and then upwards and out. That way if you make any mistake with the powder, it just blends it nicely and just clean up from the top. For all those lash colors lovers, I have a trick for you. I always recommend using a lash primer. Again, have the chin a little bit up. Go with the mascara one from the base of the lashes to the tip, giving it an even distribution of product. That way it gives it body, and at the same time it prevents it from like falling flat during the course of the day, and that gives you that lash curl effect after you apply your mascara. Now what I'm doing is putting the mascara over the lash primer. As you can see, I'm repeating the same motion as I did before. We're also doing the lash primer on the other eye. And we finish up with the mascara and voila. Now take off the excess using a wedge with water or eye makeup and just clean from inwards out before you actually start applying your foundation or your concealer.